December 26, 1900. A rescue ship pulls up to a remote island in the North Atlantic. The lighthouse is still standing. From the water, nothing looks wrong, but the light has been off for 11 days. They fire signals, blast the horn, call out the names of the 3 men who should be there. Nothing comes back. Just wind, just water, just silence from an island that should have had 3 living men on it. The Flannan Isles, northwest Scotland, deep in the North Atlantic. Waves reaching 50 feet, a lighthouse with granite walls over 3 feet thick. 3 men were stationed there in December 1900 to keep it burning. James Ducat, 20 years in brutal postings, the kind of man who'd seen everything and stayed calm through all of it. Thomas Marshall, meticulous, precise, the kind of person who logged every shift and weather like it was evidence. Donald MacArthur, a last-minute substitute, but experienced in remote postings, the kind of men you would want on that island if something went wrong. Something went wrong. On the night of December 15th, a passing ship noted the lighthouse beam was dark. Not dim, gone. Storms blocked any rescue for days. One night, 3, 7, 10. Every night the island stayed silent, and every night the question got harder to ignore. What do you do when 3 men stop answering and you can't get to them? When relief keeper Joseph Moore finally climbed up to the lighthouse alone, he didn't find a crime scene. No blood, no signs of struggle. What he found was worse. The fireplace was cold. A half-eaten meal on the table. Not pushed aside, just abandoned mid-bite. The clock had stopped, and Marshall's logbooks were sitting open, like he'd just stepped away. Everything exactly where it should be, and 3 men nowhere. But the logbooks are where this case turns into something else entirely. Marshall was the precise one, the methodical one. His records from the entire posting were clean, consistent, professional, until the final days. The last entries don't read like his work at all. They circle the same dread over and over without ever naming it directly. The handwriting tightens, the language shifts, and then, near the very end of the final page, severe storm, Ducat silent, MacArthur crying. Sit with that for a moment. Ducat, 20 years of brutal conditions, never shaken, had gone completely silent. MacArthur, brought in for his steadiness, was in tears. And Marshall, the man who documented everything, couldn't bring himself to write down what caused it. He saw something, and he wrote around it. Then the detail buried near the end of Moore's official report, the one that should have been the headline. 1 oilskin coat. Still hanging inside the lighthouse. One of those men walked out into a North Atlantic December storm without it. You don't forget your coat in conditions like that. You leave it because something on the other side of that door felt more urgent than your own survival. The official investigation concluded, rogue wave. All 3 men went to the West Landing to inspect equipment. A massive wave swept them into the sea. Bent iron railings, destroyed gear, wave impact marks over 100 feet above sea level. The evidence fits, except it doesn't. Not completely. Protocol required at least 1 keeper inside at all times. Ducat knew that rule better than he knew his own name after 20 years. So what pulled all 3 of them out simultaneously? And a rogue wave doesn't explain the logbook or the dread building over days before they vanished. It also doesn't explain why December 15th, the night the light first went dark, had calm weather. So what exactly turned that light off? Researchers have proposed sneaker waves, freak surges, geological explanations. The science is credible. It probably gets close to what happened. But none of it explains Marshall's handwriting in those final pages. None of it explains what 2 experienced, unshakable men encountered that broke one of them to tears and silenced the other completely. None of it explains why the man who documented everything suddenly couldn't find words. What's left is a cold fireplace, a stopped clock, a coat no one came back for, and a logbook that runs out of words at the exact moment you need them most. Over 120 years later, the case is still officially closed. The lighthouse still stands, and whatever happened inside it in December 1900 went into the water with those 3 men and never came back up.